This is Dr. J, and I'll be giving a ORCAD PSPICE tutorial. Some of the assumptions I'll be giving is that you reviewed some of my circuit analysis videos so you can use the PSPICE and ORCAD simulation software, and you've installed the demo version of ORCAD and PSPICE. You can use the Google search engine to find a number of the various copies as well as other versions. What I have is the demo version 15.7. I think they're up to, as of 2010 of March, it's at version 16.3. Now after installing the program, you can click on the ORCAD 15.7 menu, and then you get a sub-menu. Then you click on the ORCAD CIS demo. That's how you start the program. So after launching the program, you have your initial screen shown here. So before we get started in drawing a schematic, let me give you a brief description of both ORCAD and PSPICE. First of all, ORCAD is a schematic editor. In other words, it is a program that allows you to draw circuit schematics. The demo versions that you downloaded comes with a nice collection of libraries with parts that you are likely to use in your assignments and laboratory exercises. Now, PSPICE is an electrical simulator that allows you to simulate the operation of circuit whose schematic you prepared using ORCAD. This allows you to check for correct circuit operation even before you actually construct the circuit in the lab. The demo version of ORCAD allows you to run PSPICE without even leaving the ORCAD user interface. So to start a schematic, we hit File, New Project. We'll type in Demo, and that's our, make sure you have the analog then mix A to D clicked, then press OK. Here we'll create, based on an existing project, which we'll put a ground symbol on our schematic. So here we have our demo .design. Click on it again, click on schematic, and page 1 that's what we'll be drawing in our schematic. Here we have the ground symbol. I'm going to delete that for now, and we're ready to start our schematic. Now we're ready to draw our schematic, our voltage divider in this case. Draw a part. Click on Analog. Here we'll find our resistor. Press OK, and we have R1. We can right click, rotate, so we can place our second resistor. Click, and then end the mode. Next we need a voltage source. Place part. Look for a source right here, and scroll down for voltage source, and here we have a sinusoid. Has 3 parameters shown here: voltage, offset, amplitude, and frequency. Okay, we'll end the mode, and then we'll set these parameters. Make sure you input some values in each of these components. In this case, we're going to edit our properties. We're going to put 0 volts for our offset, so there's no bias. Amplitude of 2 volts, and a frequency of 1 kilohertz. Okay, we'll change these resistor values to 10K, and for the second one, R2, 10K. Next we need to connect the components with the wire. This can be found on the right side here. Right there, let go, and then ready to connect. Click, connect, and then let go. Click, and connect and let go. We'll end the wire. We can stretch it to make it look a little bit better. Then finally we need a ground point. Again, found on the right side. Make sure you have a 0 here. And this is symbolized as 0/cap SYM, shown here. Press OK. Place that part, then right click to end the mode. Use a wire again. Click, connect, right click and end wire. So that's how you hook up a schematic in this ORCAD screen editor. Now ready to do a simulation. Press PSPICE, then New Simulation Profile. We'll call it Sim1. We'll create it. Here we have some parameters. We're going to use the time domain analysis. So we're going to see a sinusoid. Since we have 1 kilohertz, we'll look at a couple cycles. We'll call it 3 milliseconds. So we'll see 3 cycles of it. Then we'll want to look at the voltage probe here. This is our voltage probe. Place it at our input containing the source here, and at the output across R2, right click end mode. So what we should see here is a 2 volt amplitude and a 1 volt amplitude, since these 2 resistors are equal, so half of the voltage appears at this point shown here. Then we run our simulation. You get a warning, press OK. And we have our circuit. So you'd see in the red is the voltage across R2. So half of the voltage appears of 1 volt, and half of the voltage appears again at R2, and then V1 is the one in green, is our input voltage of 2 volts. So our voltage divider did work. And we could see at the circuit we have 0 volts at both because there is no DC. So these voltages here, by pressing the V, shows us the bias voltage in the circuit. Now if I did change this to 2 volts, what should appear is our 1 volt when we go to the circuit. So it's going to do our simulation again, get our AC analysis, go back to the circuit, and we get 2 volts here due to our offset and 1 volt here. Now when you go back to our analysis, you could see that, remember, it was 2 volts here for our input, but since we added 2 volts, this will be 4 volts, and then used to be 0 here is now 2 volts. So that's how you run a PSPICE simulation using the ORCAD editor. Hopefully this gives you a good demonstration of how you can use this tool to verify your circuit analysis.